Hey guys, Mark with Think Insurance. I wanted to go over one of the things I saw that was very unique about a specific company that is giving a discount that nobody else is giving. It's almost ridiculous how awesome of a deal this is. So I'm gonna go through it, I'm gonna explain it, and then show you the difference of it. So it's time of COVID-19 and all this pandemic and all this junk and stuff, a lot of these insurance companies have spoken out and they're like, okay, people aren't driving as much, we get it, we're kind of cashing in, so to speak. We're making extra money. Some of the smaller companies can't do anything. They just don't have the funds to give that extra oomph back to the customers, right? So they're not giving refunds or anything like that. Other companies, and the most common ones, are giving 15% back for April and May. So you should be seeing either a check in the mail or a credit with most companies. If you guys want to watch the full video where I announced just what companies so far had announced that about 2 or 3 weeks ago, that'll be up here as well. Otherwise, feel free to ask questions, I can answer them below. In the meantime, there was a specific company that went beyond the normal 15 and 25%, because that's the normal right now. The ones that are doing well are doing 25%, and then some companies doing 15. This company that I'm talking about, and I'll announce it, don't worry, I'll tell you. You can't buy it from them directly, so I'll put a link below. This company is coming out and telling us, at first they told us nothing. There was no response, and I'm like, oh, okay, just another skip it by company, like forget this, we don't care, we're just gonna cash in on this thing and run with the wind, right? Let's take our money and fix our negatives with this profit. And so I was kind of, I'll be honest with you, I was a little bit negative about them, and I was kind of upset they weren't doing this because the company that I work with uses them, and I was like, come on guys, step up. And they did. Oh my gosh, did they ever. The name of the company is State Auto. And what they've done is they've kind of marketed during the pandemic, which is amazing, without actually doing commercials and all that. So what they're doing, and this should be kind of spread to people, is they're giving 5% back on your next year's renewal. Now let's go over that. And what they're doing is the time frame is as long as you join them before June. So you actually have time to sign up with them. I'm not saying you need to jump ship and you don't have to go below. I'm not trying to sell you the link, click, and all that stuff. I'm just telling you this was amazing. So what it is 5%. So let's do the math, right? If you have, let's just say, a $3,000 a year auto policy, that's common for us in Michigan. Some states are $1,000, right? So let's just say $1,000 to $3,000. Let's do both examples. So the person that pays $1,000, if they're with those companies that give 15% off, they're getting $15 per month back. No. I had to grab up my calculator. I can't do the math today. So if you're doing $1,000, then you're gonna get $12.50 per month. You're gonna get $150 off for the year. But they're not doing a year. They're only doing April and May. So you get 30 bucks back. Big deal, right? But thank you, right? It is a thank you. They didn't have to do that. So there's that. If you did 25%, then they're getting a little bit more back. Then if you did a $3,000 policy, that's $45 for 2 months. So you're getting $90 back. That's a little bit more substantial. That's even better. So let's take the State Auto discount and plug it in. If your policy was $1,000 for the entire year, you're getting 5% off at renewal. So you've been with them. That's their way. That's the cool thing. Is I like the marketing strategy because they're actually getting you to stay with them for an entire year, and at that renewal, you're gonna stay another year because you're getting that money back. You're gonna have 1 to 2 years with them, just guaranteed. So they're gonna, $1,000 at 5% is gonna be $50 versus $12.50. That's a pretty, well, it's $25 for 2 months, it's 25 bucks. So you're doubling your return. At the person that's at $3,000, they're getting $150 back versus the 90. So they're almost doubling the return of money that they're giving back to customers. But it's so ingenious because they're guaranteeing, almost guaranteeing, that customer is gonna stay with them for the long term. That's a pretty cool strategy. It's good for us as the customers because we're getting money back. It's good for them as the company because they've got kind of a guarantee that they're not leaving. They've kind of solidified that you don't get it unless you've joined them before June and you've been with them for the year. So at that renewal. The other thing is State Auto is hot right now. They're in tons of states. They're popping up all over the board and they're very competitive. So I'm trying to do this without being sales pitchy because I'm not really trying to pitch anything on this channel, But because a lot of people are going to ask, because you can't go to stateauto.com, you can read it, and there's ways to find agents. But what I'll do is I'll put a link below to the company that I work with, and that way you can actually shop it across multiple companies and State Auto. So they usually work with up to 17 different companies. Feel free to fill that out. The only requirement that they normally go with is if to fit their standard is that you've had insurance for at least 6 months. If you haven't, they still have a referral that they refer you to a different program, but it's not as competitive. So what I'm going to do is I will put a link below in the description. It's actually a company that I've worked with, and what they do is they shop up to 17 different companies. So State Auto is one of them. They're going to shop like Safeco and AAA and State Auto and Progressive and Travelers and all those guys. They work with a lot of the big names, all the A-rated and up, and State Auto just happens to be in that. So I will put that link in the description below. Feel free to fill it out. Once again, not the point of this channel. I wanted to at least give you that advice. I thought it was interesting that State Auto is doing this. I really love seeing strategies go into place, and it's really cool to see that part of it. I really like it for the customer, and I like it for the agent side, because they're not taking away, they are taking a little bit of a hit, because they're not taking any commissions away from the agencies or any of that. They're just giving that straight as a deal, but they're also getting back the longevity or the ability to prove to the customer that they're worth your time. All right, guys, let me know what you think in the description below. If you've had experience with State Auto, definitely put that down. We'd love to hear it. If you guys think it's kind of a, oh man, that's not good enough a deal, I wouldn't do that. But think about this. What if they saved you $200 in premium, although their average, the company that switch, not the quoted, so the people that switch to this company, the one I'll put in below, their average is over close to $700 savings. So if they saved you $700 a year and you get $150 back, all right, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.